Hey, everybody, it's Doug Green, and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News. And I'm very pleased to have with us today Ron Romanchik, who is the Chief Strategy Officer at CallCabinet. Ron, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks a lot, Doug. I really appreciate it.
Well, we're in the midst of an ongoing series of podcasts on CallCabinet, a series that I must add has been extremely popular. Some of the podcasts we've done in this series have literally been some of the top podcasts we've done all year. And this time, I'm really excited about doing this one today because we're going to be talking about Avaya. Avaya is a significant portion of our readership. There's a significant installed base. Many enterprises continue to operate Avaya. So I want everyone to listen up, especially you channel guys and MSP people. Maybe you don't sell Avaya, but you might actually have customers who have Avaya. And I think this is a significant message. We're going to be talking about optimizing your Avaya infrastructure with CallCabinet. So, Ron, let's start with, what are today's biggest challenges facing businesses that have Avaya environments implemented?
That's a good question, Doug. The Avaya customer base is facing a lot of different offerings from Avaya. At this point, when you look at Avaya, they have several collaboration partners that they've partnered with, including Microsoft Teams, Zoom communications as well. And you saw that Zoom press release that came out. They have a public cloud, which is Avaya Cloud Office by RingCentral. They also have now the Avaya Private Cloud, which is AXP using Edify, which is an acquisition that Avaya had made. Plus, there's the premise-based system. So, it's a real mixture of the install base, from cloud-based solutions to UCaaS solutions to alternate avenues that they can take their product in. Avaya is pushing a message out that says innovate without disruption. What we mean by that is to not necessarily do a forklift up on any Avaya product, but add and enhance your Avaya product as opposed to getting rid of it or looking at alternatives. There is an opportunity, though, where Avaya can, the Avaya user can take advantage of a multi-vendor environment along with their premise-based systems. And that's what we focus on in CallCabinet, is the ability to build those hybrid environments, especially in the recording and compliance side of the business.
So let's stay with that for just a second, because I think you actually wanted to share with something with us, which sort of demonstrates that, because I love what you just said. We have a lot of these kit bashed environments, mergers and whatnot. You have Avaya over here, you have this, that, and the other, but you guys actually try to provide a consistent experience.
Correct. What we do is, in CallCabinet, we have, obviously, it's a compliance recording platform, but what we've been able to do is to have a single user interface, single user experience across all platforms. So when you look at it, as an example here, this is our call listings page. If you notice right here.
Sorry, let me put that back up.
Come on, Doug. There we go. So what you can see here is these are the different integrations that we can integrate to simultaneously. As you can see, Avaya is right here, and we have the ability to not only integrate to Avaya, but we could do it with WebEx, we could do it with RingCentral, as you can see here, as well as Microsoft Teams and other platforms, including voice of the trader environments, so that you could see in this case here, you're seeing this is a meeting taking place, whereas this is a PSTN call that's taking place, or a direct Teams to Teams meeting that's taking place. So not only can we filter here and be able to pull up just Avaya calls, we also can click on our, as an example, and this is just a random thing that I picked up here, but we can click on the call details page and be able to get a wide range of information. So it's quality assurance. You could do an AI summary of the call. You could do transcription of the call. All this is available essentially in one platform that you're capable of selecting what type of integration you're connected to and what type of call you want to be able to look at.
So, so essentially, this actually delivers on the promise of what you just said.
Yes.
Which is this: you have a hybrid environment, you have a mixed and multi-vendor platform environment, but this experience is going to be consistent.
Correct. So if, for instance, if a customer is running an Avaya Aura contact center as an example, and we know there's a lot of customers that are using Avaya Aura contact center, and they're running Teams as well. They have the ability, obviously, the integration between Teams and Aura is in place. But if they are a regulated environment, they're able to record on both simultaneously and be able to access those recordings no matter what platform they're on. And we can segment that accordingly if they want to keep the Teams users separate from the Aura users, or they want to combine it together, or do a combination of both. We can get that done for the customer. So they're able to do that. Now, there are other like Fortune 100 companies that I know of on Avaya that they're using Aura in different contact center environments. They're also using other contact centers like Genesis and Five9, etc. Plus, they're using Teams and other environments as far as UC goes. And again, a good point in that would be a hospital system, right? Where, if there's a healthcare system in place, they may use multiple PBXs, they may use multiple UC environments, contact centers, and so forth. Our platform allows that customer to be able to record all the regulated conversations and be able to keep it in a certain environment and be able to pull it up and look at those recordings accordingly. Now, as an example here, as you brought up, is a large enterprise customer. Our CallCabinet cloud, and we talk about it being compliant, all of our capture functions within the Avaya environment are regulated, and all those calls are encrypted. They're captured securely. They're written to the CallCabinet cloud and transported. If it's a premise-based environment, they're transported in an encrypted fashion, as well over an encrypted pipe between the Aura and the CallCabinet cloud itself. So, and again, same thing applies with the small, medium-sized business. So you've got IP Office again, which could be it's premise-based, or it could be hosted in the customer's data center. That connection between the IP Office and the CallCabinet compliant cloud again is it's an encrypted connection with protocols in place to be able to secure those calls. So no customer or no bad actor essentially could access that recording or access that pipe essentially between the IP Office and CallCabinet's cloud. If they do and they're able to break it, they may, they're going to see encrypted calls coming across. Each call is encrypted individually, so the most that bad actor could get is maybe one call if they do break encryption. Looking at, our hybrid environment, and this is where we're talking about it. As an example, you have, back office, you have contact center to contact centers on premise. Let's say with, as an example, Aura, right, doing its contact center thing, which it's very good at. And in the back office, you may be running Teams, you may be running WebEx, you may be running Ring Central, you may be running Zoom. It could be any of those UCaaS cloud-based platforms. CallCabinet has the ability to integrate to all of it simultaneously and be able to offer, the capture and recording capabilities. We're also able to do the transcription side of it and do our own analytics associated with it, as shown in this hybrid environment here. You see in the purple, we're talking about analytics for call queues. We're looking at sentiment analysis, all those different things. So you see a wide range of capabilities that CallCabinet offers the customer, and it's available both cloud and premise based. So depending upon how the customer wants to be able to use it. Here's another example of also how we can store data, right? One of the interesting things is that most customers don't want to be able to store the data in the cloud. They're still concerned, especially a lot of the regulated companies, that data needs to be stored on premise, right? So what we're able to do is designate where those calls are going to be stored. So in this environment here, as an example, we have call and screen recording, let's say on back office Teams or Cisco or Zoom or whatever the case may be. We also might have, the analytics being looked at by a support manager or sales VP or somebody like that. All that stuff can be uploaded into the cloud. We do our processing in the cloud, but we can then move the calls themselves along with the video to, let's say, a premise-based environment for the customer. So that customer always has that ability to store the calls either in our cloud, in their cloud, or in their data centers.
So is this an improvement over traditional recording systems?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is a lot different than your typical recording system. We adhere to data sovereignty rules. So where we process calls, where we store calls, that's all dependent upon data sovereignty. And if you're dealing with let's say on an enterprise side, a large multinational company, you're looking at, I need to process and store my calls in the UK. I need to be able to store my calls that are happening out of the US in the US. I need to be able to store my calls. If I have calls coming out of Germany, I need to be able to process and store the calls there locally. So one of the unique capabilities in our platform is our ability to be able to distribute those media servers throughout our network of Azure data centers and be able to process those calls locally, no matter where they are in the world, and be able to store those calls locally. That's an important feature.
Now, I understand also there's an AI side to this, that there's some benefits of AI-driven analytics within the CallCabinet platform available to Avaya customers.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the other thing. Avaya talks about innovation without disruption. A customer can take their current Avaya system. We can capture those calls. The way we capture it, we're an Avaya DevConnect certified partner, which is a lot different than a partner that says they're Avaya compatible. We've gone through all the certification process. We've gone through the Avaya testing, and there's actually documentation written by Avaya on how CallCabinet integrates directly with Avaya systems. That's all published by Avaya and available on the DevConnect portal. In addition to that, you also have the ability to, like I said, to capture the calls. We're capturing everything directly at the extension level so that we can pull information on agents. We could pull information on extensions, trunk groups if we need to. It doesn't make a difference what. We can pull that data directly out. And that's both metadata as well as recordings. And when we pull those recordings out, everything is done in what we call a multi-channel stereo environment. What that allows us to do is to be able to apply analytics to both sides of the conversation. CallCabinet, unlike a lot of our competitors, has developed our own analytics platform. We actually have a division that we formed out of South Africa that does our own analytics, writes our own screens, develops for the customer by a customer innovation as well. So we get feedback from the customer. We can develop screens, we can customize screens and provide exactly what that customer is looking for as opposed to a canned set of analytics. We do have, certain screens that are standard, but again, that could be customized according to the customer's view. What do they want to see? Do they want to see performance of an employee? Do they want to see customer satisfaction? Do they want to see one call resolution? Do they want to see business risks and compliance? So all those things, all those different types of functions are done in our analytics platform, and we're able to provide that to that Avaya customer. We don't care where that customer is located, whether they're on premise or not, or they're in the cloud. Same thing in a hybrid environment where we're able to take that customer that's on premise in the Avaya environment and take, whatever other platform they're on, mix it together, be able to have one single interface and one set of analytics for everything.
So it seems like this is also a very simple refresh package if you're using Avaya as opposed to disruption and other things.
There's no forklift whatsoever. Everything can be done internally within CallCabinet. It's a very easy connection to the Avaya systems and the other any other system that we need to connect to. And it allows for quick deployment and be able to apply all of our capabilities across any platform simultaneously.
Ron, I really want to thank you for joining us today. Like I said, it's a pleasure to actually be talking about Avaya.
Yeah.
Interesting what you guys are saying. And the added bonus is, there's AI analytics. And also I'd love to do further talking about that customized analytics that you're talking about there.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. And for those that would like further information, please, you can reach out to us at callcabinet.com. Doug put up the listing there. So feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to discuss more Avaya with you.
All right. Well, here's to more conversations about Avaya and CallCabinet. Ron, thank you very much indeed for joining me today.
Thanks a lot, Doug. Have a good day.